Hey everybody, Steve Dixon here with Freejazzlessons.com. Thanks for joining me here for today's lesson. All right, I want to teach you this really cool little tip that I just picked up recently for motivation and piano practice I think you're really going to enjoy. All right, so I recently read this book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Now, it's a long book, you don't necessarily have to read all of it, but I'm going to give you one little tip from it that I found really useful. All right, so here's the concept. He teaches about this thing called the trigger. All right, now what a trigger is, it's a habit that we have without thinking about it. So for us, what are some habits we have? Well, every day we eat breakfast. We probably don't even think while we're eating breakfast, right? It just automatically happens. Every day we take a shower. Every day we brush our teeth, right? So in the morning you brush your teeth, you don't even think about it. Your parents probably had you brushing your teeth at 2 years old or however old you are where you start brushing your teeth. And before you know it, after doing it for several years, you just immediately do it. You don't even think about it, right? We shower every day, things like that. Things that we just sort of do on autopilot, right? So what you do is you associate a new habit, you insert it in, this is what the trigger is, with the previous habit that's on autopilot. And something happens where we start associating in our brain, we have this concept of, all right, I got this thing that I always do. And then when we insert another habit right afterwards, something magical happens. That new habit starts getting firmly entrenched in our routine much faster because we're associating with the older habit, all right? So it's a concept called the trigger. I've started recently doing it with my meditation, all right? So piano is something I do every day. It's, at this point, because I'm a professional musician, I have to play every day. Otherwise, I won't eat if I don't play every day. So for me, it's not a matter of keeping my chops and motivation up. Not being able to eat that's pretty good motivation to keep going to the piano. But for a lot of people who are more hobbyists and do this for fun, it's something that maybe they want to do, but they can't organize their time well enough, right? So for me, meditation is something I want to do, but a lot of times I'll get distracted throughout the day and it doesn't happen. But what I've started doing is every day at about 11 o'clock, I'll have a second coffee for the day, right? And it's just something I do every day around 11 o'clock. I just take a little bit of a break and I drink a coffee, right? And then afterwards I continue on my day, and depending what I'll do at 11:20 or 11:30 or whatever, could be really anything, right? And I've got little things I do regularly throughout the day, but that 11:20 after I finish the coffee, it could be anything. But now what I do is I meditate right after the coffee, right? So first few days I did it, it was a little weird for me. I had to kind of force myself to meditate there. But after a few days of doing this, I think it was about 5 or 6 days in, all of a sudden, the second I'd finished that last drop of coffee, my brain is thinking about being in that meditation position. I immediately have flashes in my mind of the lotus position. Now, here's the coolest part, all right? This morning, after I finished the coffee, I don't remember really what happened afterwards. It was on autopilot, and the next thing I knew, I'm like up in my meditation room upstairs in my house, and I'm getting ready for lotus position. Now, before I started, fortunately, kind of understood what was going on, but that's how much of the trigger, okay? So I was able to build that habit very, very, very quickly by inserting it in to something I'd already done, all right? So for you, use this for your piano practice, okay? Use this for your jazz practice, all right? Now, you can do so much with this instrument. You just have to put in a little bit of time every day, all right? A lot of people want to put in 19 hours. They think they're going to put in 19 hours one day and all of a sudden they're not going to be good. This is a marathon, all right? If you can sit down a little bit every day and work on your stuff over the course of a year, you get a little better every day, okay? And you're consistent. Amazing things can happen. You can make a huge impact in your playing in a short period of time, in like a year, right? Just by putting a little bit of time every day, right? And you want to play, right? Piano's fun. For whatever reason, we get distracted, all right? So use this concept of the trigger. It's made a big impact for me in my meditation, and I think it's going to be a really useful tool for you to get more practice time in. All right, so good luck with that. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you at Freejazzlessons.com. Thanks.